All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, it's a pleasure coming to you today. I am quite excited, and I hope you are also, especially in this special season when we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I want to believe all of you out there are ready and prepared to celebrate it. I want to thank all of you with all the compliments out there. I appreciate that and I love it. So please quickly go ahead, hit your share button. Hit your share button. In the next 5 minutes, at least 700 to 800 people on this platform, on the social media. I want to officially welcome all of you tuning in from Ground Zero by way of satellite. All of you on Ground One, the refugees in Ground One, in Ghana, all of Sub-Saharan Africa, I welcome you all. All of you in Europe, again, I welcome you. In the United Kingdom, of course, I hope you are coping with the COVID-19 out there, the outbreak, the new outbreak in London. In Canada, I welcome you. In the continental USA, you are all welcome. And in Mexico, they like to call it Mexico. I welcome you all, Amazonians resident in Mexico, in Brazil, wherever you find yourself. And I can't forget those of you in China and in all of Asia. It's a privilege coming to you today. Please, again, you're watching by way of Facebook, quickly hit your share button so that in the next 4 minutes we can get at the least 700 to 800 people on this telecast. Please hit your share button. Send the link to all your groups on Facebook. Send the link to all your groups on the WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, wherever that you can. Please hit your share button. It is going to be a very, very exciting broadcast today. And I want to thank every one of you out there, especially on Ground Zero, for your resilience, for your bravery, and resisting every temptation that we see out there coming from the chiefs and the so-called elite to entice you to surrendering this struggle. Please, we want you to pay a blind eye. Pay a blind eye to whatever that we see out there in the so-called regional houses of chiefs and councils or counselors. I am going to surgically today expose, bring to your attention and knowledge exactly what these so-called houses of chiefs and regional councils are meant to accomplish in Amazonia. They don't spell anything good. They do not at all spell anything good for this struggle for Amazonians. So please, that is why I want you to hit your share button and make sure the invitation gets out there as you join the platform. The numbers are rising quite slowly, ladies and gentlemen. You are not doing your job out there. For those of you on Facebook, hit that share button. Let the numbers jump to my liking. Let these numbers jump to my liking. So this is what I'm going to do today. I will be bringing you some security updates, and after the security update, I will be taking you into the presentation proper, and after the presentation proper, I will, if need be, open the phone lines, take a few calls from Ground Zero to know what they have in mind. I do not have a panel here today, but because of what I have, because of the special presentation that I bring to you, there isn't going to be time to delve into a panel. So please stay tuned. Please hit your share button. Let these numbers begin to jump. Let these numbers begin to jump. When you do so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind all of you who drafted for your counties and LGAs out there and who have not yet redeemed, those of you who have not yet redeemed your drafts and your pledges, please, time is running out. The time is running out for you to redeem, your draft. So please, if you drafted If you drafted, please, we have up to the end of this month, up to the end of this month of December, for all of the draft to be redeemed. So please, we are urging you, your county, your LGA is urging you to redeem your draft. They are urging you to redeem your draft. Time is no longer left on our side. All of you are asking for action to be exacted on the ground. We need your funds. We need your drafts for that action, for the RPGs to be exacted on the ground. So please, no delay, no delay. If you delay, do not ask what is happening to the actions. That is a whole different matter. But please, I am desperately making this appeal for you to pay your draft. Remember, those drafts, they are going to your county. They are going specifically to your own local government. Without the drafts paid, there is nothing your local government can accomplish. And at the end of the day, we do not want you coming to the cabinet, coming to the central government here, asking what is going on with the draft. Whenever you have a question to ask concerning the draft, your local government and your county is where you go to, not the central government, not the presidency, not the cabinet, but your own local government is where you go. And remember, you can only go asking questions if you have redeemed your draft. Let us do so. Let us do so and quicken action on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do so and quicken the action on the ground. So please, let's do so, and do so knowing that December the 30th is the last day for you to redeem your draft. And of course, again, I will remind all of you who drafted for ABC, we're still looking forward to you redeeming those drafts. If you drafted for ABC, we are waiting for the redemption of your draft. So please, you go ahead. You go ahead, redeem your draft. Go ahead, redeem your draft. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, while you are hitting your share button, take a moment for this commercial. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put out there. Again, please, I see many of you are writing out there. We need more guns. We need more guns on ground zero. Yes, those guns will show up on ground zero the moment, I believe, those local governments and the counties receive their draft funds. So please, again, go out and redeem your draft funds. And now, to other subjects tonight, you can find on my screen Bali Inyonga. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come anywhere from Mezam or from Bali Inyonga in particular, this is a very, very critical alert that we want everybody out there in Bali Inyonga and in the diaspora. If you live in the diaspora and you are in Bali, a native of Bali Inyonga, there is a plot that has been plotted, that was plotted over the week in Yaoundé by Bali Nyonga elites. Bali Nyonga elites, we have learned they plan to turn Bali Nyonga into another Nkambe, where the restoration forces, the Ambazonia restoration forces, cannot carry out their mission. They had a meeting in Yaoundé last week in which they plan to go out there, buy some restoration fighters, divide them, take them to the DDR center to lure those who remain to surrender. So what the Bali elites are essentially trying to do is to decimate all the Ambazonia restoration fighters in Bali. And we are calling upon the people of Bali to remain very, very vigilant. Last week, we learned of the killing of some 4 civilians in Bali. Their corpses were dragged and dropped on the main roads. And when the people went to pick up their corpse, they too were targeted. All of this is a handiwork of Bali Nyonga elite. In Yaoundé, in Europe, particularly Germany, we have learned. And I want to assure those elites and the elites of Bali Nyonga in Yaoundé, in Germany in particular, and Europe in general, that we know exactly who is behind this plot. We know the people behind this plot in Bali Nyonga, and we are going to pick you. The same restoration forces that you chastise, when they lay hands on you, you will be at a very, very, very bad position. We have 87 names. The restoration forces in Bali Nyonga, they have 87 names in their registry. And they are looking for those 87. Let me give you some little information here. Let me read this, what was sent to me here. He said there was a certain meeting that took place in Yaoundé to plan what is currently happening in Bali Nyonga. In that meeting in Yaoundé, the elite decided to split the restoration forces, the Bali Nyonga restoration forces, and to buy some and send them over to a DDR so that they can then persuade those that remain to surrender. A lot of money has been handed over to some fighters inside Bali Nyonga. Please take note, those of you who remain there must be very, very vigilant. Again, Bali Nyonga, Ambazonia restoration fighters, those of you who have not been corrupted, who are putting in your all to defend Ambazonia, to stand for Ambazonia, be very, very watchful of who surround you, because lots of your boys have been paid, they have been bribed. Now, the elites, Bali Nyonga elites, spearheading this project, they are led by one Bernard Talang, who is a military guy in Yaoundé. And we also have the name of one Fondong Celestine, who is a YCPDM secretary in the Bali Nyonga. These 2 names we can bring to you now. But as I said before, we have a total of 87 names in the register with Ambazonia restoration fighters inside Bali Nyonga, and they are looking out. When they will lay hands on you, you will regret that you are taking up power, trying to stand up against the people's revolution. So please, if you live in Bali, please be very, very vigilant of your surroundings. Do not go out unnecessarily, because French Cameroon soldiers are hiding in the bushes in Bali Nyonga to pick you up, especially the young men and women. They will pick up the young women, rape them up and let them go. They will pick up the young men and take them for restoration forces in order to torture them or kill them. So please, stay home. Stay home. And the restoration fighters in Bali Nyonga, please be very, very vigilant. Again, the word to you is to remain very, very vigilant. And to the red dragons, ladies and gentlemen, over the week we have seen stories particularly published out there by Comrade Kemi Ashu, particularly the story that she published yesterday about some 2,000 French Cameroon terrorist soldiers stationed in Chang in the western region of La République du Cameroon, prepared to descend to invade the Red Dragon camps in Libya. That is a very, very legitimate story, ladies and gentlemen. We are able to confirm that. Now, it will interest you to know that since October, I think it was since October, since September. Since September, that was before October, 1st of October. Since September, the Red Dragons has faced attacks, invasion after invasion, attacks after attacks inside Libya. The last 3 weeks have been some of the worst of attacks on them. But the good news, ladies and gentlemen, is that none of them has been killed. Now, I will break this news to you. It will also interest you to know that the two Red Dragons who were allegedly picked up were actually not killed. They were instead agents. We can confirm that the two of them were agents. I mean, not the two of them. One of them was an agent within the camp of the Red Dragons, whom the bees, the French Cameroon terrorist soldiers, were going to use to betray, to sell out the Field Marshal and the rest of the Red Dragons. He had sneaked out of the camp to go meet with the bees, and they got there. They picked him up and pretended as if, they picked him up. He led them to the compound of one other bee who was injured and was resting at home. The moment they picked them, they took them to a market square in the place called Azi, and they staged a murder. They staged a murder of the two. You all saw the photographs online, who were all lamenting that, oh, they killed these wonderful Amazonians. But no, they were not killed. The killing was staged by the Republic of Cameroon to send a message to blindfold the Red Dragons and the Field Marshal that their location wasn't at risk, so they could remain there, stay where they are, stay at the location that those two guys knew the Red Dragons were at. And so, after they staged the death of these two fighters, they quickly transported them to Boya, where their military administrators and the governor in Boya were all briefed by these two Red Dragons. Then they rushed them from Boya back into Libya, and that same night they now invaded the camp of Field Marshal. Thank God for intelligence. Ever before they got there, as usual, the Red Dragons had been informed that they were on the way. They sneaked into the area mid in the night, and before they got there, the place was empty. But by the time they got there, the place was empty. But what they did, the damage they left, ladies and gentlemen, was the confiscation, the cutting away of every lease pin, everything in the factory of the Red Dragons. You can imagine where they produce all the Lefances, all the Fontem Asungai, all the equipment that they are able to produce. They carted everything away. Now, they now believe that because they carted everything away, the Red Dragons are defenseless, they are powerless, and that is why for the last 3 weeks, every weekend, they have gone back into the bushes in Libya, hunting for the Red Dragons, hoping they catch them or kill them. And also there is a story that Kemi Ashu also published to the effect that there was a meeting in Yaoundé that discussed the fate of Field Marshal. Essentially, Yaoundé has decided if they are able to capture Field Marshal or kill him, they will declare the war is over. They will declare the war is over. They will say all the fighters, Ambazonian fighters still left are just a few pockets of resistance and they are insignificant. This is the plan in the plan book of La République du Cameroon. However, if they are not able to capture Field Marshal between October and the end of January, as the plan ensues, they will now begin to engage in the Swiss initiative, the Swiss talks. So this is a plan that they have in their book. So there is a phone number out there. If you look at the posting, the Facebook post of Kemi Ashu, you will find that phone number. Some people have been calling to find out, is that phone number to support the Red Dragons legit? Yes. If you are taking that number from the page, Facebook page of Kemi Ashu, then that number is legit. The Red Dragons, they need your help. They need to be able to replenish every piece of equipment they lost in order to be able to set out producing their weapons again. So please go to Kemi Ashu Facebook page and look for that story of 2,000 soldiers invading the BLM, and please do your best. Nothing is too small. Use that phone number, make a Cash App donation, make a Zelle donation for the Red Dragons. They need your help right now. And when you get the number, make sure that you are able to confirm to the person you are speaking with that that number is legitimate. Because remember, enablers and blacklegs out there have promised to duplicate any fundraiser number that we put out there. When you call that number, if you are not hearing from Oliver, if you are not hearing from the person's name who is Oliver, who is an official of the BLM local government, do not make that donation if that person is not Oliver, an official of the BLM local government. So please go ahead, use that phone number to support the Red Dragons. Please. Thank you very much for doing so. Now, there is also this video. There is this video, ladies and gentlemen, that you'll find on my screen. This video comes with this video footage that you'll find on your screen comes with a message. And the message suggests that these are Ambazonian restoration fighters who have escaped into Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing, and I mean nothing, can be further from the truth. These are not Ambazonians. The people you find on your screen, they are not Ambazonians. Ignore that message. Maybe the guy meant it for propaganda, but it is very, very important. It is very, very important that from the interim government, we officially debunk those images that you see, letting you know those are not Ambazonians. Those are actually Nigerians, Igbos in Nigeria. Whatever they were doing there, gathered, I have no idea. But what I am sure, what I know, is that these people you find on your screen, they are not Ambazonians. So ignore that message out there and the footage out there. Again, these guys are not. They are not Ambazonians. And now to some other story, ladies and gentlemen, update. I also would like to remind you that Of course, my major presentation today has to do with the so-called regional councils, which were officials were officially installed today in both the north, in both the grassland zone and the coastal zone, with their headquarters in Bamenda and in Boya. Now, these are the people I have learned are heading the so-called regional council in the grassland zone. The president is said to be one Professor Fru Angwofo, Professor Fru Angwoso, whoever he is. And the vice president is also, I remember this guy, they are just recycling, ladies and gentlemen, they are just recycling these old folks from Fosi Yakumto. I think he is the same guy they have made the vice president of the so-called regional council in the grassland zone. The Commissioner for Economic Development, they say his name is Gejong Awunti. And the Commissioner for Education, Sports and Cultural Development. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I am going into the details of this to x-ray what this so-called regional council are all about in a surgical manner, that you live here understanding exactly what La Republique is trying to accomplish in these councils. And that is why we want the maximum number on this Facebook platform. Hit your share button before I begin. I come to you with the presentation, please. All right. So we also have one Rose, Anjo Frumani Rose from, I don't know whether this is Rose Archer, the famous Rose Archer. Then they also have for Health and Social Development, one Saka Fendufe Lydia. And also they have secretaries number 1, Carla Flavius Bote. They have secretary number 2. They have from Mbambi the third, the say of Menchum. And they have for Questor, Winding Jude. In the coastal zone, they have also for president, Bakoma Elango, Zacchaeus. And they have for vice president, one Chief Atem Ebako. Again, the old names, you know them, right? They also have for Commissioner for Economic Development, Gobina Mokoko Simon. And they have for Commissioner for Education, Sports, and so-called cultural development, one Takam Waters. They have for secretaries, Limunga Becky Efwe and Chief Photo Felix. Then they have for Questor, one Dr. Mbencho, Tazi Andrew. That sounds like a BLM name. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not reading these names to you because they are very important. Absolutely not. I am reading them to you, so you know who the enablers, the League of Enablers in the grassland and the coastal regions or zones or states are. These are sworn enemies, ladies and gentlemen, to this Amazonian struggle, and we will go after them one after the other. They betrayed us 59 years ago. After 60 years, they will not sell us again. This generation will not take a no for anything short of independence for the people of Amazonia. And so the so-called councillors and the House of Chiefs, we are watching you, sirs. We are monitoring you, and I can assure you that thing will not take place in Amazonia. And by the way, I am not a fan of Mbela Moki, but I listened to a statement that you put out there at their damn House of Senate, or she is senator or parliamentarian, at their damn House of Senate in Yaoundé. It was like unlike before, when an Amazonian citizen will stand on that floor and challenge. I mean, I have already known it from the days of Honorable Weber. to literally stand on that floor and tell the floor, I am not signing onto this legislation. That legislation that has to do with these so-called regional councils. Regional councils. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to listen to Mbela Moki for a moment. After Mbela Moki, I will come back to you with a presentation of the day. Please listen.
Believe that this bill is rather a poorly drafted piece of legislation. Wishy-washy, as some may put it. The bill is considered as intended to reignite the much talked about, or what is commonly described today as the Anglophone problem. Take, for instance, my colleagues have pointed to that, Section 26, 1 and 2. Considered by the average Northwesterner and Southwesterner as obnoxious. It truly betrays the very intentions to deny the people of the Northwest and Southwest regions the right to have English as an official working language and the right to practice the common law in their courts, which is what sent lawyers to the streets in 2016 and led to the situation that we are grappling with today. I was in Boya and I saw what happened. We should all be frank, sincere, to say that we are tired of seeing the blood of innocent Cameroonians flow on our streets. It is that same denial of the use of English as the language of instruction and practice of the English system of education in schools in the Northwest and Southwest regions that sent teachers on strike in 2016. Many in our English-speaking region see this bill as a slap on our faces, which will go a long way in enriching the separatist arguments. While I totally subscribe to the need to promote English and French as vectors of bilingualism in Cameroon, I believe that the working languages in the Northwest and Southwest regions on the one hand, and the 8 other regions on the other hand, should first be underlined. These are sacrosanct and should not be tampered with. It is already clear, Mr. President, that the agitations are ongoing in the Northwest and Southwest regions against any attempt to force Bill number 132/PGL/SEN/2L down our throats. Let us avoid tensions and stiff resistance, which may cause more trouble in the present socio-political climate that we are facing in this country. What the people of the Northwest and Southwest regions await today, most anxiously, Mr. President, Your Excellency, is the content of the special status proposed at the major national dialogue and highlighted by the head of state. If somebody is not disrespectful of the head of state, why should you at this time, now, bring this piece of legislation? Why? The head of state had said it. And so this should come first before other measures that many of the people we represent see in this bill as cosmetic. Frankly, Mr. Minister, this bill is poorly drafted. No one can convince me, and let me tell you before time, Mr. President, I will not vote for this bill. I cannot. It will be at the expense of my life. It will be at the expense of my life. It is going to put the security of my family in danger. It is going to put the security of my village in danger. The signals are there. Von Chaffer may not have put it rightly to you because, as he said, he has taken refuge in Yaoundé. I live with my family in my village. I live with my family in Boya. There is no way to get out of Boya without facing repercussions if this bill passes in a setting that I am present.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, I am not bringing this to you because I endorse Mbela Moki, not at all. And I understand this clip, the footage that you see was delivered sometime early in the year when they were debating the laws on the regional councils, and their so-called special status. But you can feel the heat. You can feel the heat that even our people that we know to be lackeys and cronies in that damn country called La République du Cameroon, they are aware of what these so-called special status and regional councils are all about. It is a sellout. It is meant to complete the colonization and the annexation of the southern Cameroons. And as I said to you, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very special presentation, a very, very special presentation on this subject that I would like to bring to you today. I want you to stay put. Give me your attention. Give me your attention and listen carefully, because this is going to be an eye-opener. This is going to be an eye-opener, unlike any other thing that you've heard about the so-called regional councils and the special status. Please, again, do not touch your remote. I will be right back. And when I come back, I will come back straight with the presentation. Stay tuned. Fellow Ambazonians, a week ago, La République du Cameroon forced one of their window dressing elections on our people and our territory. They had brought to the attention of the world what exactly they intended to achieve in that election. They told those who cared to listen that the exercise was all about the devolution of powers to the regions, that is, to the people. Is there any better way of knowing exactly what that election of the regional council was all about than delving into a close examination of some of the texts creating the regional councils? Of course not. Come to think about this for a moment. Isn't it quite unfortunate that even the proponents to this window dressing futile exercise in regional councils have perhaps never mind taking a moment to peruse the entrapments, I mean the laws governing the regional councils, after you find out today what exactly are the rules of these councils in La République du Cameroon grand plan to complete the annexation of the Southern Cameroons, you will think the Southern Cameroon is being colonized and annexed all over again. I plead with you today to please give me your ears. Southern Cameroonians, they weep each time they have to read or listen to the voices of Dr. E.M.L. Indele and Bobe Augustine Gomjua during the initial struggle for our independence in 1961. These two had a better idea for a better country called the Southern Cameroons. But we weep today because our ancestors didn't. They didn't listen to Indele and Jua. And so we wallowed into this slavery status with La République du Cameroon, and today we find ourselves in war, trying to reverse what Indele and Jua won against. And please, do not want to tell me that but Indele wanted us to go back to Nigeria. No, today, with the benefit of hindsight, anything, and I mean anything that didn't result to a relationship with La République du Cameroon was a better choice. But I ask you to please listen to me, because if God forbid we fail or lost this war, my voice, and thank God for technology, my image on this television set shall live to haunt even generations unborn as that of Indele and Jua haunts all of us today. Like in the days of Indele and Jua, we face an existential war, and we have choices to make too. That means no matter what, no matter the pain and no matter the price, we must not allow con men serving their stomachs in the guise of regional councillors and houses of chiefs to succeed to get us back into slavery with La République du Cameroon. For your information, this is exactly what this regional council thing was fashioned to achieve. I will explain to you in a moment. But let me take a pause and, on behalf of the interim government of Ambazonia, once more congratulate you, the people, and especially the Ambazonia Restoration Forces, for the efforts and sacrifices you continue to make to defend the avowed sovereignty of our territory from the 59 years hegemony of La République du Cameroon. The Ambazonia Restoration Forces' boisterous and heroic defense operations against an enemy who is becoming more and more frustrated and desperate, trying at all costs to declare the war over without victory, even when we have hardly started, and the tireless contributions of Ambazonians worldwide to support our defense operations as well as sustain our refugees and victims of this war are very, very much laudable. We will never cease to remind you why we are in this war. What we as a people face, ladies and gentlemen, is an existential war against a vicious colonizer and a cowardly enemy who is using genocide and atrocity crimes to attempt to subdue all of us. But we thank God for our restoration forces and the collective resolve of the majority of you out there, home and abroad, who have continued to stand as a stumbling block to the ambitions of La République du Cameroon. And we must prevail. We must prevail. Indeed, I should say, we are prevailing. You just cannot ignore this. before declaring war on us. They said they were going to crush us in 2 weeks. That was a lie. Let me tell you, just so you know, without any foreign army, any foreign hand of support for us in this war, fellow Ambazonians, we have already defended our freedoms and our territory, gone past the number of years that Igbos defended Biafra. And remember, we are just about starting. The draft, you recall, is not yet there. The interim government congratulates Ambazonians for the successful enforcement of the ban on the illegal regional elections, which the enemy, La République du Cameroon, tried conducting in our territory. We salute the decision and the courage of some Ambazonian chiefs and patriots in the homeland who refuse to betray their own people but choose to pull out of the illegal regional so-called elections. Others are encouraged to do same in future events that La République du Cameroon may yet try to force on our territory and on our people. Please, we encourage you, follow the path of wisdom which these ones took. For the traitors, the enablers, and the blacklegs, here I'm referring to the chiefs and so-called councillors who participated in this act of treachery. The deployment of armored vehicles and helicopters by La République du Cameroon military to enable you vote on the blood of your own people. That deployment by the enemy in your treasonable act did not succeed to break the ban which this interim government imposed on that act of aggression. The militarization of our counties and the local government areas, and the massacre of innocent Ambazonian civilians, just to enable enablers and traitors like you to vote, are clear evidence of the nullity of the set election within the territory of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. The interim government considers the set election a military operation. We consider the Ambazonian chiefs and elite who participated in this election as contributors or accomplices to the enemy's war effort against us, the people of Ambazonia. It is a treasonable contribution to the enemy war effort because in order to facilitate their participation, the enemy massacred our people and committed atrocity crimes in our land. These chiefs and enablers, and you better listen to me carefully, you have therefore lost your status. You have lost your status among our people, with the consequences that you betrayed them, with the consequences attached to it. The interim government comes today to bring to the attention of the Ambazonia people the existential threat that the actions of these chiefs and enablers mean to all of us, so that we should be aware of the stings of these vipers who serve among us. The deployment of armored vehicles and helicopters and the massacre of our people to enable these enablers to vote for the total annexation of our territory will not go unpunished. It will never go unpunished. Their willpower to dance with the devil on the blood of our people in order to seal the final steps of our complete annexation will be resisted with the last drop of our blood, even generations to come. The special status, the regional councils, and houses of chiefs which these enablers were elected to vote for at the final genocidal onslaught on Amazonia. Having laid out this backdrop, let me now remove the curtain and unveil to you exactly what the so-called regional councils mean, ladies and gentlemen. The special status and the regional councils, which they went to vote for, was planned with the inherent idea to forever delete the Southern Cameroon's Amazonia identity in our way of life as a people. You may think that this is mere propaganda. No, it is not. But let me explain. The Constitution of La République du Cameroon, creating regions and special status, gives absolute power to the President of La République du Cameroon to further demolish the Southern Cameroon's legal identity and territorial existence or territorial integrity. Amazonians, please, give me your ears. Article 61 of that constitution, for example, transformed their former provinces into regions. And it added that, and I quote, the law may take into consideration the specificities of certain regions with regard to their organization and functioning, end of quote. The Constitution went further to add that, and again I quote, the President of the Republic may, as and when necessary, number one, change the names and modify the geographical boundaries of the regions, and number two, create other regions. In this case, the President of La République, the almighty fund of funds and God of the damn country, shall give the regions names. He can also create regions and fix their boundaries. Fellow Amazonians, this is the danger. This is the existential threat that we are facing in this war. If you should forget anything I say to you today in this telecast, do not forget this one. Know that if God forbid we don't stand and fight to the end, if God forbid we're lost, one day, Santa and perhaps, who knows, Bamenda may become part of Mbunda. And maybe Mutengene, Tiko, Bangam, and the BLM may become extensions to Douala and Chang respectively. We cannot allow the stings of vipers who are supporting special status and those who voted in the regional council's elections for the implementation of special status to dampen our fortitude, our resolve to fight until the last man standing to free our land and to save our people, save our cultural, legal, and educational heritage and our territorial integrity. What is the role of the regional councils and houses of chiefs in the realization of the obliteration of our territorial and existential identity? Here is the answer. The Constitution of La République du Cameroon will use the so-called regional councils and special status to seal our second-class or slave status in that damn country if we blink and lay down our arms or surrender. Now listen to this. Although the Constitution in question states that each region is managed by a regional council led by a president, it also states that the president of the council is the direct representative of the head of state in this region. This is what that means. It means that your so-called elected regional representative does not derive his authority from you, the people of the region. Not at all. Absolutely not. But he derives his authority from the almighty head of state sitting in Yaoundé. I mean that dead guy who cannot even walk, who walks like a ghost. That is to say, he or she will be the stooge or proxy of the colonial president of La République du Cameroon. Additionally, under Article 58 of that constitution, the president of La République du Cameroon shall appoint a delegate to represent the state in the region. In this capacity, the delegate shall be responsible for the state, for La République du Cameroon's national interest, administrative control, ensuring compliance with laws and regulations. The state representative shall, under the authority of the government, supervise and coordinate civil state services in the region, and shall exercise the supervisory authority of the state over the region. This is to say that, like their present parliament and senate in Yaoundé, the regional councils are rubber stamp of what Yaoundé desires or want. It is a charade crafted to keep Ambazonia in bondage till eternity comes. This is worse than 1962, when La République du Cameroon appointed Jean-Claude Ngo, their citizen, as Federal Inspector of Administration to subvert the democratically elected government and institutions of the Southern Cameroons. La République du Cameroon eventually succeeded with the help of Southern Cameroon's enablers like Tandeng Mona, the likes of today in Achidiachu, Peter Musonge, Ngole, Atanganji, Dion Gute, Inoni Ephraim, Peter Oben Ashu, John Frundi, Acha Rose, Ngala Gerard, and you can name the rest, including the chiefs and the forms. This is the reason for the ongoing war, to complete the annexation and to keep their gains permanent. But we were lucky in 1962 because we had a fighter in Augustine Ngomjua who fought a good fight and inspired us to continue the fight as we are doing today. We must learn, we must learn from the lessons of the past and secure our gains in the battlefield and the diplomatic field and continue to fight on. Was on La République du Cameroon in Article 59, paragraph 1, its constitution empowers their president to suspend or dismiss the regional council and the president of the council. When La République president determines that the regional council has carried out activities contrary to the constitution or undermines the security of the state or public law and order, endangers the state territorial integrity, What does it mean to endanger the state territorial integrity? Guess who the target in that provision is? Of course, it is the Southern Cameroons. In 1972, Babatura Amadou Ahidjo faked an illegal referendum to destroy the constitution of La République du Cameroon, which he then criminally amended to illegally annex and colonize the Southern Cameroons. The Paul Biya Constitution of 1996 gives power to the president of La République to suspend or dismiss the regional council and its president. This is the hellfire which enablers are attempting to carry the Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia into, even after our people rose as one in 2017 and turned our backs to annexation and colonialism forever. No, we can't see this happen after our restoration forces and our heroes have spilled their blood, after our women and girls raped and humiliated, our students robbed in the mud, beaten and maimed, our parents and our civilian victims chased from our ancestral homes into forests in distant lands, our ancestral homes plundered and burned, thousands of our citizens slaughtered in this genocide, and thousands more abducted and kept under inhuman conditions in the concentration camps and dungeons of La République du Cameroon. No, we cannot allow it continue. We will not allow them do so. Now listen to this one. The mandate of the regional council is restricted to the promotion of economic, social, sanitary, cultural, and sport development in the regions only. It has no power to initiate and deliberate or make decisions of their own. Their mission is to promote the annexationist and oppressive policies of La République du Cameroon while fronting to the international community as regional authority. They call it decentralization. The regional councils have no authority whatsoever over the administration of their territory, the legal system, and education. They cannot question their governors, nor the SDOs or DOs, over their management of the region. For as long as the system is embraced, the officials at land survey will forever remain francophones, and they will continue to make sure Ambazonians surrender all their land titles in cheap sales to their fellow francophones. The regional councils are also expressly prohibited from communicating. Listen to this one carefully. They are expressly prohibited from communicating with regional councils of other regions. Yes, which means the authorities of the regional council in Bamenda cannot talk to or communicate to the regional councils in Boya. Now, listen to me. This is what that means. The banning of communications between regional councils specifically targets communications between our two present regions, which they like to call the Northwest and Southwest. La République du Cameroon policy over the years, you will recall, was always to discourage any form of collaboration between Boya and Bamenda. It did so through divide and rule and xenophobic provocations. The provision banning communication between Bamenda and Boya or the regional councils provides La République du Cameroon the opportunity to use the enablers in the regional councils to sustain and enforce this divide and rule policy. In his outing in Boya last week, John Ngute, the colonial prime minister of La République du Cameroon, was seen and heard applauding and encouraging one talk of a chief called Moja Moja, in spite of the fact that he had made a public call for xenophobic attacks on Ambazonia citizens from the grassland who, like everyone else, have the right to live anywhere or wherever they choose to in the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Although the regional council may be consulted by La République du Cameroon on educational and language matters, the council is banned from discussing or deliberating on these matters. The ban on discussion and deliberation is a validation of La République du Cameroon's cultural genocide in which the French language, the civil law, and of course the French educational system is condemned or imposed forever on our people. We should not forget that these were the immediate triggers of the Ambazonian uprising in 2016. But rather than abandon this policy on education, language, and the legal system, La République preferred to declare a genocidal war on us. Any attempt, therefore, through the illegal regional council to legitimize or keep these criminal policies over which our people have lost so much blood cannot be allowed to succeed. The regional councils, if we embrace it, why this struggle lasts, will continue to be a tool of propaganda in the hands of La République du Cameroon, with which they tell the international community that finally, we have given power to them, to the Ambazonians. It will equally be a tool with which they promote and speed up the cultural genocide against the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. Our collective voices and our resolve must drown, ladies and gentlemen, this treacherous propaganda tool of shame. If we should allow our embrace this fraud of regional councils in our territory, Ambazonia, then listen to me, please. It means that the sacrifices of our teachers and lawyers, the sacrifices of our students, the sacrifices of our girls, our parents, the sacrifices of our brothers and sisters sleeping under the trunks of trees in the bushes to defend all of us, and the thousands massacred and abducted to dungeons in La République du Cameroon, who stake their lives to defend our common law, our educational system, and our distinctive sovereign identity, will be allowed to go in vain. God forbid that happens. Through this desperate, amorphous criminal structure in the regional councils, Mr. Biya has taken another gamble to enforce the total annexation of Ambazonia. This is the criminal enterprise that he confessed to Mo Ibrahim in Paris early this year that has eluded them for the past 60 years. Now, let's not forget, the Constitution of La République du Cameroon does not define special status. Special status is an amorphous or vague construct. It states only that, in a quote, the law may take into consideration the specificities of certain regions with regard to their organization and functioning, end of quote. Determining the specificities of the southern Cameroons may mean for La République du Cameroon the ban of the legal and educational system of the southern Cameroons, which Paul Biya confessed La République has attempted doing in the last 60 years without success. With Ambazonia traitors and enablers in the regional councils, La République du Cameroon will rely on them to facilitate the realization of this plan. And as you forget, through the regional councils, La République du Cameroon enablers spying networks and reign of terror will be brought to every bedroom in the territory of Ambazonia. To get the scheme ruling, the president of La République du Cameroon, in yet another entrapment governing the functioning of the regional councils, will appoint a so-called independent conciliator to take complaints from southern Cameroonians. But take note that the independent conciliator will not investigate the complaints or talk with La République du Cameroon administrators against whom the complaints may relate. It is a trick to entrap Ambazonians who may be disgruntled with the policies of La République du Cameroon colonial power and complain to the independent conciliator. They will then turn around to use the information provided or collected to profile and terrorize disgruntled Ambazonians and their families. And like Albert Mokong before us, they may be abducted and taken to any of the concentration camps in La République du Cameroon, where thousands of Ambazonians are already kept as animals in the zoo. The suggested administrative and financial autonomy of a regional council to manage its affairs is a subterfuge to conceal the corrupt and money laundering functions of this contraption, whose budget must be approved by La République du Cameroon. I mean, tell me, how do you give people authority or devolve power to the regions, but you must approve their budgets? How is that possible in any form of democracy, ladies and gentlemen? The regional council is a conduit for the plundering and stealing of the resources of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia by La République du Cameroon. Let me remind you of something here. A news item in Cameroon Tribune of May 19, 2020 disclosed that Dion Ngute, their prime minister, who doubles as the chairman of the decentralization board, signed a decree allocating 3 billion francs CFA to regional councils for the year 2020, even though as of that date, the regional councils did not exist. Guess what the money was laundered for? It was laundered or used to buy the consciences of enablers to sabotage the Swiss Peace Initiative. They organized conferences abroad to sabotage the struggle. They sponsored criminal gangs to commit crimes in the territory to attempt to put the responsibility on Ambazonia restoration forces. They bribed chiefs and funds to betray their cultural and ancestral allegiance to their people and to God. Fellow Ambazonians, rest assured that this interim government, together with our restoration forces and the patriotic elements in the struggle that still remain, they remain committed to using every defense mechanism and diplomatic leverage to kick out the aggressor from our territory. We will defend our territory and our people with every ounce of blood and with every resource available if need be. Our commitment towards kicking out the aggressor is unwavering. We will never in our time and that of generations unborn allow the enemy to remain and occupy an inch of the territory marked for the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. To achieve this, we must remain unshaken in our resolve to get rid of enablers, blacklegs, and traitors, be they chiefs or councillors in these illegal colonial formations called regional councils. We want to assure you, our people, our restoration forces, our refugee population, our people who are held captive by La République du Cameroon, and all the victims of the atrocity crimes of La République du Cameroon, that the moment of accountability is steadily but surely coming. When the moment comes, when it is finally here, those chiefs who betray us for their bellies, the elite who betray us, the blacklegs who sell us for chicken change and the crumbs falling from the tables in Yaoundé, they shall have nowhere to hide in this world. May God grant us the grace to witness that day. God bless you all, and thanks for watching and for listening today. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to believe that this has been an eye-opener to all of you out there. We are not in for a joke. We are not in for a joke. La République du Cameroon is tightening. If you think for a moment, if you think for a second, or thought for a second, that La République du Cameroon is finally opening up and giving the region some power, some authority to do their own things, you lie. You lie to yourself. Even with the existence of the so-called regional councils, the governors are still there and they are not elected by the people. Even with the provision of the so-called regional councils, the DOs, divisional officers, which have no place in Ambazonia, will never, ever be elected by the people. Not even the so-called mayors will be elected by the people. Now, these so-called regional councils, one of their provisions, which I didn't include there, also states that every time that they have to meet, every time they have to gather, the governor of each region must come and sit in there to follow proceedings, to follow up on proceedings in each meeting. And should there one member of the councils stand up and make a proposal that is against the constitution, as they call it, against the state, as they call it, the governor will have the power to shut down the council. It is all there in their provisions. So, this thing is worse than window dressing. It is meant to placate the international community. The powers, as you learn, as you listen to Francois Faure, the UN UN Secretary Representative for Central Africa at the United Nations last week. He said, oh, Cameroon is finally passing legislation, conducting election for the devolution of powers to the regions. No, not at all. Nothing new is taking place in that damn so-called regional election and councils. Actually, that thing is meant to forever and finish the annexation and the colonization of Ambazonia. And did you also hear something that I mentioned there? It stated that the president of the republic, sitting all the way in Yaoundé, will have powers to create more regions. He can carve out the regions as much as he wants, and the president alone has the power to fix new boundaries. New boundaries. And you know what that means? It means tomorrow when all this is all over and the original councils are there, and those lackeys and cronies will vote for it, Yahweh will say, you know what? Let's join Nkambe with Fumban. Or let's join Santa Akum with Mbunda. And nobody will be able to raise his or her voice. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could say more. But that is what is coming in this so-called regional councils. It is dead on arrival in the territory that we refer here as the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. We must all stand up and fight for our destiny, if not the destiny of our children. Ladies and gentlemen, I will open the phone lines briefly before I leave. But before you call, I'd like you to make sure, especially if you are calling from ground zero, calling on a regular, calling on phone with the regular television, make sure that the volume of your set is shut down. Please shut down the volume of your set before you call. Make sure you shut down the volume of your set before you call. You got a phone number right there on your screen. You are free to call. Let me know what you feel. Let me know what you are thinking about the information I just x-rayed to you today. So please, when you call, do not digress. Stay on the topic and make sure your television set, the volume of your television set is shut down. Again, the phone is right there on your screen. Call right away. And while I expect your calls, I want to remind you of Africa Town Hall. Africa Town Hall, our own social media platform for all about Africa. All about Africa. I encourage you to go there. You will enjoy it. It is not different from Facebook. You can post your business, post your meetings, whatever that you can post on Facebook, you are able to post on Africa Town Hall. All right, the phone lines, again, they are open. You go ahead and make your phone call, but make sure that before you call, your television volume is shut down. All right, let me take this first caller from ground zero. Hello, sir. Hello. All right, I will not take any caller calling with the television turned on. Make sure that your television is shut down, the volume is shut down before you call, please. All right, hello. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Hello, good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from the northern zone, sir.
Thank you. And how was Ghost Town Day today? I learned the colonial mayor out there has been trying to shut down the Ghost Town, Monday Ghost Towns. How was it out there today?
Well, today was really terrible. It was hell.
What happened?
It was really hell because going to town was not easy, sir.
What was going on?
Well, we don't know. It's as if they were, installing those their original what we don't even want to know.
Oh, okay.
I just want to appreciate you, sir, for the wonderful work you are doing.
Thank you.
I want to say that God is on our side. And if God be for us, nobody can be against us.
Absolutely.
Whatever they are doing is a waste of time. Because we believe very much that the time of God is at hand. And that is why they are doing all they are doing. But I believe that when the time comes, they will have to pack out of this country because we've had enough. In fact, I moved about, you see military, they are either speaking in Bulu, Ewondo, or they are speaking French. I was wondering whether we are in our own country. I believe that the time has come and these people have to move out of this country. God is on our side. And I pray that you people will keep it up, because God will never forsake us. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your call, and I hope that resilience will come from ground zero, and they will stand, and you will stand your grounds despite the trials, the pains involved to go through this. Thank you for the call. Let me get to the next caller here. Hello. Hello.
Good evening, Executive.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from ground zero.
Precisely what town, city, county on ground zero, sir?
I'm in Tico.
Okay, good to hear your voice. How was Ghost Town in Tico today?
No, it was partially Executive Chris.
It was partially, so I guess you guys are not holding it strong enough.
No, we are doing our best.
All right, so what is in your mind today, sir?
Yeah, concerning the regional election, what is the way forward now? Now that our chiefs are not getting our orders, they are not respecting our laws.
We will arrest them.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That is the shortest answer I can give you. They will not live freely among us for as long as they continue to wine and dine with La République du Cameroon. Those who are, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. I like to be very, very blunt here. Those who are shedding tears and raising their voices at the arrest of some chiefs in Boya. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, those chiefs are not or were not any more important than Mami Api and the Ngaribu people, the people in Bali, the people in Monyenge who were killed, or who have been killed, the other 15,000 who have been killed in this struggle. Enablers and blacklegs like these chiefs, they are worse than the enemy, than those carrying guns to shoot our people, to kill them. I will have no regret if they are picked up and disappeared, because they are dangerous, and we must not keep them near us. You know where they are. Send the intelligence to the restoration forces. They will get them up. No excuse for traitors, for blacklegs, for killers. They are murderers. Those chiefs, they are murderers. And anyone standing for the so-called council, going in for that thing, ladies and gentlemen, we must get rid of them. If we had gotten rid of them early enough, I don't think this struggle will be dragging the way we are, the way it is today. Or if they have sided with their people, if they have bound up and said to La République, we cannot betray our people. We cannot stand on the other side while our people stand on the other side. La République would have been forced. They would have been forced to surrender, to negotiate. But because our own elite, our own chiefs, they are whining and they are dining with La République, why would La République listen to us, listen to the masses? And so, there shall be no excuse. Any chief or elite within reach will be arrested in all of Amazonia. The chiefs who are collaborating with La République du Cameroon to continue to enslave the people of Amazonia. Thank you for the call.
Thank you, Secretary Chris.
All right. All right, let me get to the next caller here. Hello. Again, before you call, make sure that the volume of your set is turned down, please. Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm calling from ground zero.
Thank you for the call. So precisely where on ground zero?
Bemenda. Bemenda.
Okay. Are you a
I
Franco?
want to tell you about what is happening here in town.
Okay, tell me, sir, what is happening there?
What is happening here on ground zero is that policemen, they are everywhere in town.
And what are they doing?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. And what are they doing?
Yeah. They are everywhere in town collecting money from people, harassing people, collecting money everywhere. So this fight, if we don't gain it, you people out there should do something. And send to these guys on ground zero, so they should do the right job, because right now they're shooting guns. Right now at the moment like this, you heard noise of gun.
Okay, and
Yes.
are you francophone?
I'm Anglophone.
Oh, okay, because your accent sounds like that somebody who speaks French.
And I don't speak French. I'm an Anglophone.
Okay.
Yeah, they're shooting guns just right now like this.
Okay.
You heard noise of guns.
And what is the time there now?
On ground zero right now, they're shooting guns outside.
What is the time? What is the time there?
About 7, 8 o'clock.
7, 8 o'clock.
The time now is about 8 o'clock, something 8 o'clock like that.
Okay, after 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I hear you. I hear you. You guys remain strong, remain resilient, remain safe. We will do our best out here to make sure that we deny French Cameroon victory. We will deny them victory. We will frustrate them until they meet us at the negotiation table. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
very much, sir.
All right. All right. Let me see who else. See, I like Ground Zero calling. The phones are ringing from Ground Zero. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Slow. Hello, Secretary. Hello, Secretary Chris.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from the northern zone, precisely from Bamena.
Okay, good to hear your voice, sir. What is in your mind today?
Yes, I'm very delighted for the information you have given us about the Cameroon can never do anything in our favor. Let me tell you, this information is very vital. We need this information. We thank you very much. We thank the source from which you have this information. We pray that you continue to gather more information to give the people on Ground Zero. But what we know is that no matter what they are doing, they are pretending, they are saying that we are tired, our soldiers have dropped arms and escaped to Nigeria, what they are saying, it is not important. We should put the fire on the ground. We should work hard, supply the ammunition, the necessary ammunition our boys need on the ground, so that we pull them out. The only gun is only the gun that will pull them out of our territories. And we believe that like the Republic of the Cameroon is going to bring any solution favorable to us by negotiation, going to Swiss. They will only be twisting things so that waiting that we should get tired. So to the best of my knowledge, we need to pull them out. The French has always been pulled out from some other countries through the barrel of the gun. If we think that we are going to do it diplomatically, let me tell you, Chris, it's not going to work. So
Thank you. You make a very, very valid point. Of course, we are not going to depend on diplomacy to get rid of La République du Cameroon. I believe you all out there know that. Diplomacy is slow. It works very, very slowly, grinds very, very slowly. Only firepower, ladies and gentlemen, will drive them out of our territory. And for those of you on Ground Zero, please, this is war. This is war. It is not going to end tomorrow. Be patient, because things have to get to the ground for something to happen. And you know that is not easy, getting that stuff on the ground, especially when enablers and blacklegs have betrayed our routes and all the entry points along our borders. So please be patient. I can assure you something is being worked on, and you will see the effect. Thank you for the call, sir.
Thank you. I'm very happy.
All right, you remain safe. Okay, who is next here? Ground Zero. Wonderful. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from Chris.
From Bamenda. Okay, I learned there is so much happening in Bamenda today. I hope you are safe.
No, we're safe.
off station where they were installing those criminals.
I'm sorry, your network is not very good. I can barely hear you. It's muffling a lot.
I'm saying that Bamenda was calm today, except for off station where they were installing those criminals, those enablers. That presence, soldiers were calm.
Okay, that is good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. So, what else do you have to contribute, sir?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, please. Your network is not good. Your network is not good. You got to do something. Let me see. I can take a few more callers before I call it a day. Ground Zero. Okay. Wonderful. Hello, sir. Hello.
Orange brothers, do not humble, though thy path be dark as night. God send the stars to guide the humble. Trust in God and do the right. Some will hate Saku and some will love him. Some will flatter and some will smile. But God send the stars to guide the humble. Trust in God and do the right. Some will mock and some will hate him. Some will laugh at him and some will smile. But God send the stars to guide the humble. Trust in God and you will do the right.
All right. Well, that was all, I guess, from that caller there. You dropped the phone right after the song. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. It is encouraging. All right. Let me see who is calling here. Hello. All right. Again, I have said before you call, shut down or turn down the volume of your set. If you do not turn down the volume of your set, I cannot pick your call and be waiting for you to go shut down the volume of that set. So make sure the volume of your set is shut down before you call. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello,
where,
sir.
yes, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the northern zone, precisely in Bamenda.
Okay, I hope you are safe out there in Bamenda. What is your contribution, sir?
We are very, very happy with the issue that you have given us this evening. And there is one issue I want to say it. There was one guy who was calling this evening and talking about the security situation in Bamenda. Yes, it is true. All over in Bamenda, entrance into quarters, you have police who are on the checkpoint. They are collecting 500 francs from every Okada driver before they allow them to go on the street.
But what are Okada drivers doing on the streets on Monday? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, today was Tuesday. Today was Tuesday. I'm sorry about that.
Monday, they are not, there's nothing going on in Bamenda. In short, they go stand in Bamenda on Monday. It's very good, very tight off.
All right.
During the week, they are putting their strategy on various points. Brazil Junction, along the road going down to Fish Point, at every junction, they have put the police there. When any Okada, when you pay a 500 franc or 1,000, they can allow you go on the tar before you can walk.
You pay your 500 francs, they can allow you get on the tar.
On the tar.
So you don't pay 500 francs, you remain on the bush roads, I guess.
Yes, you remain in the quarters. So that's what they are doing now in town. They are not doing what they are saying to come and do as their terrorist president has sent them to come and do. They are working their money in short. They are looking for their daily bread.
Okay, well, I hope that you guys remain safe out there. and remain very, very resilient, courageous. I know that God will see us through. Okay, thanks for the call.
Okay, amen.
All right. Okay, let me see who is next here. Ground Zero. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Secretary.
Hello, can you lower the volume of your set and focus on the phone, please? Lower the volume of your TV and focus on your phone.
I'm getting you really from my phone.
All right, I can hear you clearly now. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Mugamo local government area.
Wonderful. Okay, what is in your mind?
I'm talking from within the bullets. Secretary, I have a worry. The worry is this.
Okay.
Our funds within the local government area are hereditary. It's something divine which is given to us on the thrones are given to us when the outgoing fund is missing. Another one is found, and then we put them. We put them and keep them in our palaces, which we build up the palaces, and we install our queens.
Okay.
Now there's a problem. Those persons who were designated by the gods and given to us, some of them have come now and have been infiltrated.
Okay.
Now the law of the land does not permit them. The land of the land does not permit them to be where they are. Those are individuals, not the community. Now our palaces have been violated by our boys. What do I mean by this? Our queens, our traditional institutions are violated because of an individual who is sitting on it, who was given to us when the next person moved on. At this situation, where are we? I'm talking now as a notable and as a victim, because from where I'm talking, the palace had been shattered. The queens have been thrown out because of an individual who is a phone.
Where the queens have been thrown out? Where are the kings?
The king who decided on his own to be what he is, and he moved away. We're together with our queens. Our queens have been thrown
So
out.
you are saying essentially they moved away and abandoned the queens, correct?
They move away and abandon the queens who rightfully belong to all the community who will look for those queens and keep in that palace, which is our palace.
Okay.
Now, the caretaker of the palace has moved away, has gone away, and now we again are chasing away our queens, and then we are destroying our palaces. Where are we?
I don't know why you should even ask that question. I think if you have been engaged in the struggle, you should have an answer to that question. Anybody, I thought you heard me, anybody who is suspected to be an enabler will not be spared. We do not support the torching of any palace, but I can assure you, any enabler, any chief who is an enabler runs to that palace and hides in there. If it means bringing down that palace to get him, that will be done. But for the moment, we ask the restoration forces, do not touch the palaces. The palaces belong to the people. They do not belong to individual chiefs. They are our inheritance. So please, Ambazonia restoration forces, protect the palaces. Again, hold on there. But again, I must insist, any of the chiefs whining and dining without the people to come around runs into those palaces and hide in there. If it takes bringing down that palace to get him, to arrest him, we don't care. That palace will come down. I hope that makes sense to you, sir.
It makes sense to me, but maybe you didn't get me well. I said the individual concern had escaped. Our
our palaces were taken.
If the individuals have escaped, if the chiefs have escaped, their wives are in the palaces, for as long as they are not serving as enablers, they should be protected like every other Amazonian, and the palaces should also be protected like every other palace. And again, as I said, the palaces do not belong to the chiefs. They belong to the people. Thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it. All right.
I believe in the one as well. I think we should. I don't want to call names. I think we who own the palaces should understand that the palaces belong to us, not to individuals. If this your message can go through to all of us and we squarely understand it, we should go into the hills and look for our queens and put back our palaces which belong to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, every queen who is not, or queen or prince or princesses who are not in the enablers, they should be allowed to return to their palaces. But the chiefs who abdicated, who gave up their people in favor of French Cameroon, they must go after them. I think this should be the last caller I would like to take today. Let me see. I think this guy called before. All right. I think that is the last caller there. Let me see. Hello. All right. Hello, sir.
Good evening, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from Ekuna local government.
Wonderful. How is Fako today?
Fako is calm.
How was Ghost Town yesterday?
Terrible. We never had any vehicle passing.
Okay, wonderful. Great to hear that. So, what do you have in your mind today, sir?
I just want to appreciate what you are doing, the information you are giving us. It's very, very vital. But people on ground zero really need that education. They really need to be educated on that, because some of these chiefs, some of them are illiterate. They even got there. Most of them got there put there by their ancestors. They were not educated, so they are even getting this education. After they have done that,
but it's worse when you have chiefs who bought their chieftaincy. They bought their titles. They have no communities over which which they rule, and yet that damn government is picking them, trying to impose them on the population. I'm talking about chief like Tabe Tando. I don't know whether he has any village that he rules. He bought his chieftaincy. And now, those are the people they are imposing on the people. All right, go on, please.
Yeah, that is true. What we need to gain on ground zero is firepower. Firepower. Even in the Bible, it is written there that traitors must be eliminated. I don't think if they arrest any chief, they have to leave him. They have to leave it to let him go. What people are doing in Fako, when they arrest any chief, you hear noise up and down. They have to be eliminated. Secretary Chris, we are in the house. We are all young people. Now, I'm not a fighter. But if this thing continues like this, some of us will enter the bush. Because if it prolongs, meaning that all of us will not be safe, some of us will go to the bush. We will enter, we will handle the guns.
And
so we need more firepower.
And that is an interesting point, because we are now learning that in the BLM, some of the dragons who got injured and left the bush, the military is now entering into those villages and picking them up and torturing them. If you are an Amazonian restoration fighter, it is safer for you to be with your peers than to think that you can go out and enjoy yourself. Some have been picked up in Victoria, some picked up in Kumba, some picked up in Boya, some picked up even in villages. They left their camps and they thought they should go get a rest. Please, if you are an Ambazonian fighter, because there are people in the community who will leak it that you are hiding somewhere within the community, and they will come for you. It is safer for you to stay within the fighters, wherever they camp themselves, than to come stay in the town, in the city. All right. Yes, sir. Go on.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like what I'm saying, that some of us will go into the bush if it continues like this, because we are not safe anywhere.
All right.
Like that was on Friday in a corner. The military went into Black Bush area. They went on a bullet spree. They were shooting randomly, and bullet got one man with the son. They were drying their cocoa in the bush, and the two of them died.
There you go.
So that was so sad. That was last week Friday.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call, sir. Thank you for the call. You guys remain safe, and you have a great night. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I want to propose something again.
All right. Quickly, please. Quickly.
Yes, the broadcast with the Somaliland professor. Please,
yes.
We still need it.
All right. Okay. We will make sure that we replay it again and again on ABC.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. All right. Remain safe. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I should make that the last caller. Even let me take one caller from the diaspora and see. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Move on, don't be frightened. The Savior understands. No turning back again. Move on, don't be frightened. The Savior understands. No turning back, Ambazonia. Move on, don't be frightened. The Savior understands. No turning back again. We are moving on. Don't be frightened. No, the Savior understands. No turning back. Fimasha, move on, don't be frightened. The Savior understands. No turning back again. Move on, don't be frightened. The Savior understands. No turning back. Amen.
All right. Thank you, sir. He too has dropped the call. I guess he called just to pass that encouraging message. Hello, sir. This is a poor network. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't take any more call. Now, before I go, this is especially to you out there, the restoration fighters. The restoration fighters, this is very, very important. We have learned of plans by the Republic du Cameroon soldiers to invade your vicinities Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, to hunt you down. To hunt you down. Please, if you are a fighter out there, remain in your camps on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Do not attempt going out to have fun. They will trap you down in the beer parlors, in the off-license, in the drinking spots, and they will kill you. And they will be out in civilian attire. They may not put on uniforms. They just dress as civilians and tuck in their pistols. And they monitor you, you show up, they shoot you and kill you. So please, to all restoration fighters, avoid New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day, New Year's Day celebration anywhere. You want to have fun, have the fun in your camp. And even in your camps, be very, very vigilant. Again, be very, very vigilant. These are dangerous times. These are dangerous times. And as I said, the Republic du Cameroon is very, very desperate to deliver results to the international community that they have obliterated. They have obliterated the restoration fighters. So please, please remain safe, and you have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance, all of you out there. Again, once more, I just want to make this appeal again on behalf of the Red Dragons. Please get to Kemi Ashu's wall on Facebook. Copy that phone number. Support the Dragons. They need their equipment back as soon as possible. Whatever you can give through Zelle or Cash App using that 301 number will not be too small. Please assist. Come to the rescue of the Red Dragons. They are putting their lives on the line to defend our liberties and the safety of our people on ground zero. Right now they are in need, urgently in need. Your $50, $100, $20 can go a long way to restore their factory, And if you need to call me or send me a message about that, that is okay. But when you get that 301 number, I wish I got it to put it here on the screen. I don't have it. But go to Kemi Ashu's wall. You will see the story and you will see the phone number on Kemi Ashu's wall. And call that number. The name that will answer is Oliver, not Fimasha. But the name is Oliver. If it is not Oliver, and of course you have to confirm, because somebody can give. Remember, enablers and detractors out there that are trying to duplicate our fundraising numbers. So be very, very careful. You are making that donation for Fee Maisha. The person collecting the donation is not a private individual. He belongs to the BLM security team. So please help the Red Dragons get back their factory. I am so glad you tuned in today. Please, I look forward to seeing you again, maybe before Christmas. But if we do not have to see before Christmas, I want to wish all of you out there, a very, very Merry Christmas. And to you, especially in the refugee camps, in the bushes in Amazonia, we know how difficult it is, how painful it is, but we believe the grace of God will see you through. Good night, and God bless.